In this video, I'm going to give you beginners a full complete guide to successful day trading in 2025. So if you're new, pop up on your For You page, or you have a general interest in trading, or maybe a friend sent you this video and you pretty much looking to get started in trading, well, here I am. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a reality check in terms of, is this for you? Harsh truths that no one really tells you online or social media, and just show you the general basics that you need in order to start trading, and potentially a system at the end of it all if I get time and remember. So as with most of my videos, or pretty much all my videos, this is just a raw video going based on the top of my head and what I'm obviously thinking at the current time. I don't pretty much pre-plan my videos. I just sort of wing it and open up the recorder and discuss potential topics that you guys request. So if you want to see other videos as well, pop it down below in the comments as I read through them, and I will go ahead and potentially make a video based on that. So with that being said, I'm Luke. I've been trading since 2016, so nearly a decade, as I like to say in flex. So it's been a while. I've passed multiple prop firm challenges. I've been funded, received payouts from them as well. I've mentored thousands of traders as well to success. And it's just been a pretty good career, and it's only going to get better for me personally from here. So pretty much the whole point of my YouTube and my mentorship is pretty much just to help traders navigate the the difficult markets and trade a real, no BS or no fluff approach, because unfortunately this industry, as with most industries out there now, is just riddled with a lot of fake and fluff. So my job is to do the opposite and actually help teach real traders. Working on some pretty big projects at the minute as well, which I'm looking forward to announcing in the near future. So if you follow me on my socials, make sure you go ahead and check me out on them as well, as I post daily tips as well, especially my Instagram, my Telegram, and Twitter, and things like that, or sorry, X. But yeah, with that being said, this is your guide to day trading in 2025. So first things first, not everyone is built for trading. There's a lot of things to consider in order to become a successful trader. A lot of people come into this and quickly realize it isn't for them. So, I think everyone will have that a part of their journey. And obviously the stronger that go on to, say, what, this is for me, even if I failed, even if I lost, because you are bound to lose. You are going to fail. You are going to have multiple setbacks. You are going to question it. You're probably going to get upset. It's just part of the process, guys. It literally really is. If it was so smooth and easy, it wouldn't be worth fighting for. It wouldn't be worth. It's like the famous Tate saying, right? He goes, with Aiden Ross on the stream, he goes, oh well, I want a 6-pack now. It's like, why would you get it now? It's not so rewarding if you just have it handed to you. You got to go through the pain and go through the waves, pretty much. You've probably seen that. That's why I related it to it, because it's popular on social media. So yeah. It's not for everyone. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. It seems like probably everyone is doing it, but I'll be honest with you guys, there's a lot of fake on social media. So you got to be just, especially the TikTok as well. You've got some TikTok traders, I like to say. So, there's a lot of fake. A lot of things can be rigged, even if they look profitable, even if they look like they're living a lavish lifestyle, they're not. So yeah, there's a lot of things you can fake, unfortunately, if you're trading. But if you want to, take it serious and become a real trader, then sure, keep on watching. Obviously, if you're the average Joe, eating crap, doesn't really get out of bed, struggles to get up, struggles to do this, struggles to do that, simple tasks, you moan, don't want to do it. You don't really do anything outside of life. You just want to stay in the same four walls. You're gonna have a hard time trading. Okay, I'm not gonna say it's not for you, but you are gonna have a hard time. Whereas if you, have a bit of a routine, you work hard, you have a pretty good work ethic, you're willing to put in the work, and you're always keen to learn more, then sure, trading, you probably have a bit of a higher success rate, or chance to succeeding, fortunately for you. So yeah, like I said, if you're one of those persons who get up on time every day, you go to the gym every day, whatever, you have a hobby that you go to 2-3 times a week and you stick to it, and you work and you go there to outperform everybody, you put in the work when the coaches aren't even looking, then sure, you are going to be a lot better trader, because you're just disciplined generally. And obviously those are one of the traits in order to be a successful trader. Now, what does it make to become a good trader? Well, market understanding, saying that you learn technical and fundamental analysis if you wish. I use mainly technical. I'm aware of global events and stuff like that, but short-term microeconomics, I'm not really so much into that myself personally, just because my way of trading is not necessarily based around news and fundamentals that I built. Trading system as well, so you need to develop a clear, tested, proven system, whether that's momentum trading, scalping, range trading, whatever you trade. Risk management as well, so the top traders out there, that separates the minority to the masses, is that they have excellent risk management. This is what I'm just discussing, how these top traders are good. Excellent market understanding, excellent trading strategy in place, excellent risk management as well, and overall just a general excellent routine in place as well. You have good emotional control. You can't necessarily master emotions, but you can learn to control them or manage them, essentially, like just staying calm under pressure, avoiding impulsive decisions as well. Patience and adaptability is another one, so just always wait for high probability setups and adjust your system if needed. These are the great traders, and myself, I'd consider a profitable trader, so I know what to do in certain situations. I avoid revenge trading after losses. I have clear predefined exit points, so stop loss and take profits. If you don't know some of these terminology, don't worry, we'll be jumping into these shortly. I've done a beginner course as well in the past in terms of all the terminology is pretty much in depth, so if you want to go ahead and check that out, I'd recommend to do that. My position size as well, so I'll allocate my capital wisely to avoid excessive exposure. My win-loss ratio, my risk-reward ratio, etc. I pretty much have a system where my wins outpace my losses in the long term. Yeah, I have short-term losses, but you can have a bad week and still be profitable for that month. Whereas a lot of noob traders, they'll essentially have a bad week and that'll dictate the rest of their year or month even. So yeah, that kind of is my edge really. These are just my edge really. I have obviously reliable trading platforms. I use a fast, efficient broker with low fees. I use TradingView as well for my charting. It's on points to the second. I utilize tools as well that help my system in place, like the Asian range, the SFL session opens, my watermark, just things like that help aid my process. My news and alerts, so I'm up to date on economic reports, earnings, global events. Like I said earlier, I'm not too worried about short term things like that. That can cause a bit of disruption in the markets. I'm more long term with fundamentals, but I don't really study that as well or trade that as well as I do technicals, because it's not how I formulated my system. And when I came into trading, I didn't just jump straight into deep end. I didn't blow my account. I didn't put money into it. I've blown accounts, don't get me wrong, but the minute I took it serious before I started to succeed was when I actually started to take it back a minute and say, look, I'm not going to rush anything here. You can't rush greatness, right? I'm not going to rush anything here. I'm going to take it back a notch, and because that's what a lot of people do. I did it. I've been through all the emotions. I've been through all the mistakes. I made losses. I made setbacks, failure. People do it, and you will probably too. When you come into trading, you probably make these mistakes and learn these lessons, and you learn the hard way. But if you can avoid them by listening to me and what I'm about to say, then great on you. But yeah, don't come into this and have like 2 lucky wins in a row, and throw loads of money into an account. You'll just end up blowing it. So you need to take it slow. You need to paper trade or trade on a demo account even, which I'll jump into later as well potentially. You need to journal trades. You need to track them. You need to have a good adaptability. Because markets evolve. So keep learning and refining your system as you go. But yeah. That's pretty much what makes me great, or makes other people traders who are great traders from the rest really. So first things first, with all that being said, guys, what you will need is obviously a trading view or a charting platform. So I use TradingView. You'll need a broker as well. So when it comes to a broker, there are 2 here on the screen, as you can see. IC Markets, Fusion Markets. Those are 2 good traded brokers because they're regulated, they're fast, efficient. I've used them myself. They withdraw. They have low fees. Especially Fusion Markets here. They have low fees. So that's one of the things, or many of the things that you should look for in a successful and trustable broker. Because there's brokers out there, especially that can be promoted by so-called influencers in trading that aren't promoting these top brokers here. They're more so promoting dodgy, shady brokers, or that aren't regulated and aren't secure, or have bad customer or bad reviews, whatever. So just stick to the top ones. There's plenty out there. You can go ahead and type in brokers as well and filter them through and see which ones are good, but obviously just be wary of the unregulated, shady ones that you want to kind of stay away from, ideally, if you can. There's you can drop me a message as well, or if you're in my Discord group, you can just pop it in there and someone will reply, and I can always confirm it if need. But yeah, future markets, IC markets, Awanda, forex.com, Pepperstone, Admiral. There's loads of good brokers out there, guys. You don't need to go ahead and join a shady broker because your influencer or so-called influencer has told you to. Like I said, there's a lot of fake out there, and to be honest, with trading, it's unfortunate, really. The way I like to teach is just showing you real, raw bullshit, right? I don't want to show you bullshit, sorry, is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to teach fluff. There's loads of fake out there in this industry, and unfortunately they just get paid through broker promotions and prop firm promotions or whatever they're doing. Not that I have anything against that. If you're partnered up with a good broker, then, or like a good prop firm, then bravo, good on you. Get the money if you can, but just don't be a sellout. If you want to take trading seriously, there's only a few out there that you can really listen to that aren't that are going to be legit, and you're probably even questioning me. So just do your research and just be aware. But yeah, that's pretty much it, really. But yeah, like I said, come over to TradingView. You got the brokers in mind there as well, and pretty much brokers just act as a middleman. They allow you to execute trades, and they'll have platforms available on their website that you can download and trade directly on. So typically, if, for example, you go here, client login, or sign up an account, and I'll put links to these below as well. Yes, they are affiliate links, so if you want to use them, that would be great. If you don't, just go ahead and type them in. It doesn't really matter too much. And check out the Trustpilot as well. They're pretty good reviews overall. With that being said, though, pretty much brokers, like I said, act as a middleman. So they allow you to execute trades. They have various platforms. So some popular platforms out there are MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, CTrader. TradeLocker is quite a new one as well. You can trade directly on TradingView as well. MatchTrader as well, that's another one. DXTrade, but that's kind of crap, I'll be honest. MatchTrader is getting better. I do trade on MatchTrader lately just because I have quite a few prop firm challenges going at the minute, and I'm funded with some prop firms as well that I trade with. If you don't know what prop firms are, I'll jump into them later, but pretty much in a nutshell, prop firms allow you for a small investment to trade a capital, and you have to undergo a series of challenges to prove that you're a good trader, essentially, while respecting the drawdown rules, whilst trying to hit that profit target. Once you hit the profit target, prop firms nowadays, they have no time limits. So for example, you have to hit, like, let's say 8%. So if you're on a 100k account, let's say you buy that for $400 or however much it costs. I will put a link below to some prop firms as well. But specifically a prop firm that I have in mind is Goat Funded Trader. I currently am funded with them, which I'll pop up on screen here. So you can go over here and just scroll down, and as you can see here, they have plenty of accounts. Now, this isn't something you should do straight away, unless you want to lose money or get lucky, But if you want to take trading serious, you should maybe just split it into like a 12-month roadmap. This is what I put out for my students. So I put it into 4 different quarters. So month 0 to 3, 3 to 6, etc., 6 to 9, and then 9 to 12. And pretty much in the first sort of quarter, your focus should just be gaining the knowledge, gaining the terminology and understanding, and they do free giveaways as well that you can check out. But just gaining knowledge, gaining the understanding, and building that foundation. Okay, and then obviously in the second quarter which is where you should start going on to maybe opening a demo account, putting the system into place, potentially backtesting towards the end of that second quarter. Then the third quarter is just developing that system even further, getting into the routine, maybe putting a small bit of money into an account and vice versa, just doing all that stuff. And then obviously going on to the next quarter is where you can start to focus seriously on gaining capital and prop firm challenges. But yeah, maybe not now, but maybe in 6 to 12 months time, probably be a good start depending on where you're at. You know, I'm not going to be a sellout here, but I do have a mentorship. I mentor thousands of traders. You know, I'm not going to say all of them come on to be successful, because like I said earlier, some of them, you know, just aren't built for trading. Some of the people, they'll come in the course, watch 2 videos and dip, and that's just on them. Okay, but if you're willing to take it serious and you watch all the videos and, you know, get stuck in, ask me questions, and you are going to succeed, because the roadmap is there. It's proven. I have plenty of successful funded traders. You know, in the past, I've been trading since 2016 myself, been teaching since 2020, seriously since then. So yeah, you know, the proof's there. But I have a 12-month roadmap that I put together that teaches you a system from pretty much nothing to something, which is for beginners as well. But yeah, this video should generally just cater for beginners anyways. But with that being said, prop firms anyways, like I said, as you can see here, if you want to buy, let's say, a 2-step 100k account, a GOAT account, they have different rules here. You can go ahead and check them out. But a GOAT account, as you can see, you have 8%. So these are just different steps. You have step 1 and step 2, and then you'll be funded. Okay. So step 1 is 8% target. So this pretty much means you need to make 8% on that 100k account. Vice versa, daily drawdown, which is your pretty much loss limit, that is 4% drawdown. There are certain rules regarding that. So, you know, when it comes to time, wanting to become a prop firm funded trader, then sure, look into those rules a bit more in depth. Maximum drawdown 10%. So this pretty much means you have to abide these drawdown rules long term and try and pass the 8% profit target at the same time as well. GFT offer no time limit, which is, you know, clutch. A lot of prop firms out there, they'll just offer like, you know, like maybe I don't know, 60-day time limit, whatever. But you know, 8% in 60 days, yes, it's possible, but for a lot of people, it's kind of not. So no time limit comes in clutch there. Leverage up to 1 to 100. You shouldn't really focus too much on leverage. Leverage is pretty much the buying and the selling power that you have. You don't need to focus so much on leverage. It doesn't matter. New trading is allowed, weekend holding is allowed as well, and that's $278. Okay, so you can access 100k funding, $278. Obviously, you go ahead and complete step 2 as well. The targets, pretty much all the rules are the same except the target. And then obviously, once you are funded, you'll have the drawdown rules, but there will be no targets. And this is where you'll get the profit split. So the standard is 80% profit split. So that means if you make 10,000, you can get to keep 80% of that. Vice versa, they'll keep 20%. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much it really when it comes to prop firm trading. This is something you should look for more towards in the end of the 12-month roadmap. So once you have set up a broker, you just log in, you put your details up as well, and then you can open up a demo account. And then obviously depends on the trading platform that you want. I use MetaTrader and I use MaxTrader at the minute just because of prop firm. I'd probably just stick to MetaTrader if I were you. They do also now allow platform 5, which is MetaTrader 5 as well, which is pretty cool. So that's good because there's a bit of a setback for prop firms, but you don't need to know that. But yeah, MetaTrader 5, MetaTrader 4, completely up to you. That's pretty easy to use. You know, that's just where you're placing, you know, your positions and exit your positions. You can get a phone app version as well as a desktop one. And I pretty much use TradingView for all of my charting. So I come to TradingView, I mark up the charts. For example, if I'm looking at euro dollar for the day, I'll be marking up my euro dollar charts, and I'll be marking up my key levels depending on how my trading strategy is. Obviously, the way I trade, marking up my key levels, areas of, you know, points of interest, and areas of interest that I'll be looking to buy or sell from, depending on the market structure, etc. And then I'll go ahead and place my positions when I'm ready on my desired platforms. Obviously, there'll be a slight difference in price, nothing too crazy though. So it's always better to just, for example, if you're marking up the 1 minute chart on your dollar, just maybe have a look a little, you know, marking up the 1 minute chart, just adjusting for the potential price difference. There's not much difference though, but potential price difference. Like I said, you can trade directly through TradingView as well. So if you want to get used to that, you can do. It's pretty simple, but I prefer to just trade on a different platform because I can keep them, you know, separated. I can essentially have my charting platform for just my charts. I don't need to look at what my position is. I'm just looking at the charts. Then obviously my execution platform for obviously just, you know, looking at the trade and the P&L pretty much. That's another thing though with trading. You shouldn't really focus on the P&L. Obviously, it's the main focus of a trader, especially if you're a floor trader as well. They don't care about anything else other than the P&L. So, you know, it is important, obviously, because the P&L, we're talking percentage-wise, you know, what you're focusing on is like the equity curve that you're, you know, wanting to grow over time. Like I said, you can face many short-term losses. God, you can even have, you know, like upwards of a 10+ win streak, loss streak, sorry. But you can also be applied to the win streak too. When that is kind of the biggest, I think, a challenge as a trader, especially as a successful trader, is that you will never know when your loss streak is going to happen, and you'll never know when your win streak is going to happen. It's the fear of the unknown, essentially. But that's just, unfortunately, the life of a real trader. You know, that's just what you fear. But you don't fear it because you just trade on what you see, essentially. You know, and you never know what's going to happen next. Like Mark Douglas said, you don't need to know what's going to happen next in order to make money. So with all that being said, guys, and with all that, you know, me speaking about, you know, in the first 20 minutes about brokers, prop firms, what we're going to do now is we're going to go on to TradingView and set up your charts, okay? So you come over to here, you click Products, Super Charts, okay? Once you're on the charts, you'll probably have, if I just go over here, maybe open up a separate chart. What I'll do is I'll pull up Euro USD, but on a different broker. So let's just pull up Pepperstone. That'll do. And pretty much, you know, you'll probably be like, if you just start the account or if you haven't opened an account, you don't need to pay. You'll probably have adverts down here, or you'll probably, you know, be offered this and that and sale discount. You don't need to pay for TradingView. This is what makes trading great. Like, you don't, it's a low entry level cost. You know, it doesn't cost anything in order to get into trading. For example, you don't need any money. You can open up a demo account for free. You can open up a TradingView account for free. So that's all you need. And obviously YouTube and things like that. You know, it is really good. But yeah. With that being said, once you're on TradingView, you'll probably have a random chart open. There'll be a bunch of lines everywhere. So just get rid of that. I'm not going to go into too much depth, but if you probably have a volume bar as well, just right click on it and click close, or come over to here, click the drop down menu if it's not open already, and click on this trash folder there, and it'll just remove the indicator. For example, I've got this one open. If I click remove, it's gone. Okay, but I want to keep it open. I have a bunch of different indicators that I use for different reasons. For example, SFL session open is just the open sessions. I only have London and New York because that's adapted to my system, which was what I was saying earlier. At 1 PM New York open, 8 AM UK, well, London open. Obviously, there's, you know, 3 major different market sessions in the Forex market, which is London, New York, and Asia session. Those are the 3 major sessions, and pretty much they run, they overlap all each other really. But for example, London runs from 8 AM, and then New York runs from 1 PM, and then I believe Asia as well opens at 11 to 12 midnight as well. It just depends where you're from. But if you want to look at the exact market hours, just go ahead and type in on Google Forex market sessions, and obviously in your local time. If you're from the UK like me, those are the session times opening, and if you're from somewhere else, then those will be, you know, a bit different for you. But you can go ahead and check them out just online, or if you're in my Discord, you can go ahead and access all this information anyways. I don't have the A session open marked up, as you can see there. It's just literally London, New York, but that's just adapted to my system. Same for this indicator there. So I'll leave them open for now, just because that's on my system. And I actually do have a chart open on my other monitor because I'm actively looking to get into potential positions. So if I do go a little bit quiet, these videos are just raw. You know, they're not planned. You know, they kind of are planned, but they're not like a script I go off. But yeah, if you want to see more videos and like general topics and stuff like that you want to see, just pop it down below in the comments, and I'll potentially do a video on that as well. But make sure to hit that subscribe button as well, guys, and the like button, as it does go a long way and help me out. But yeah, pretty much with that being said, you know, remove all the things off your chart. You don't need it. We're going to be trading pure price action. Obviously, if you want to trade based on indicators, that's up to you. It just depends really. But you'll learn all that later on potentially. So double click here, or click on the top right there on the settings. My chart colors the color codes will be down below. So I have the 2 whites there, just standard white, and then a 747 E994, all these on the right there. My wicks as well are grey. So in order for, you know, a candlestick, if you're that new, a candlestick pretty much has 2 things on it. It has the wick and the body, and the body is pretty much the open. So for example, let's say that this is a bullish candle, so the candle has gone up. This is the open price, This is the close price. This is the highest price, and this is the lowest price. Okay, I've done multiple videos in the past as well explaining all this. I'll put a link down below to my beginner forex course, which you should go ahead and check out, because that will have a lot of value in there and all this terminology in depth. So probably go ahead and watch that first, and come over to this video and go ahead and just watch both videos. What I will do as well, I'll just go on my general settings. I won't go over them, but you can just more so pause the video and copy them if you want to do that. So yeah, canvas is 171717. Yes, solid. I've got rid of the grid lines here, but if you had grid lines, you probably have something like like that. But I have none. I don't put them on. Crosshair is A6, 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 but there's 50% opacity there. And my text lines are just pretty much the same as A6, A6, and just the outline there. Trading, those are my settings. You can go ahead and copy them if you really want to. Alerts and events. Now, I don't have the events on. Events are just pretty much like the potential upcoming news. Okay, so like I said, I don't have them on personally because I use another website, which is what I use, called Forex Live. Now, Forex Live is where I get all my information from regarding fundamentals. There are plenty of articles on here that you can read as well from other real traders and authors. There are loads of different things on this website, but the only thing I use is economic calendar. And pretty much this is where I look at what news is being released at what time. Just make sure it's adjusted to your local time. So for example, for me, the key event, so this pretty much is displayed over, you got yellow, orange and red, and the bars that resemble like the impact it's going to have. So low impact is pretty much not going to really have, it's a low volatility expected. The one in here is high volatility expected, and moderate volatility expected for the middle one there. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean, as a fundamental trader, you're probably cursing me now if you're watching this video. You're probably thinking low tier volatility expected. Doesn't mean it's not going to have volatility in the market. This is just expected. Okay. There are key events that, for example, may be lower tier, but are going to cause a bit of disruption in the market. So just keep that in mind. If you are in my Discord, you'll know that I send out the key economical data for that day. That is going to be, pretty much carry higher volatility in the markets. But yeah, this is just where I get my source from in terms of fundamentals and what's going to be released at what time, what potential pairs it's going to impact. But to be honest, if it's going to impact the dollar, it's going to most likely impact other pairs that are related to that, because obviously the dollar is a driving force. Well, it's the dominating currency, right? It's the major global currency across the world. So that's that. So I use Forex Live for all my news, so you can go ahead and check out that if you really want to. So pretty much this just essentially means that if you're in a trade and you're looking to go long on the pound dollar, and let's say you've got pound inflation coming out in 10 minutes time, but you just didn't, you weren't aware, but you're still looking to hold a trade, then unfortunately you're probably going to get taken out based on that volatility being pumped into the market based on that news outlet. So just having that in mind will allow you to potentially exit your positions, or if you have stop loss move to break even, etc., you can go ahead and do that. Anyways, back onto TradingView. With all that being said, we've gone over the brokers, prop firms, the fundamental software data. We've gone over pretty much just general basic stuff, how to set up your charts. There are watch lists that you can create as well over here. Also, I just quickly want to discuss. Excuse me, I'll just take a little drink of water there because I've been talking for nearly half an hour now with no water, so need to get more water to me. Anyways, with that being said, what affects forex prices? What moves forex prices? You're probably wondering, like, what actually moves the price? So, number one, economic factors. You've got interest rates, inflation rates, economic growth and GDP, and employment data. Number two, you got central bank and policies as well. So, monetary policy, quantitative easing and tightening, currency interventions. You got number three as well, geopolitical factors. Sorry, I'm just, I'm not trying to speed run through, but I talk fast and sometimes I mess up words. Anyways, that just pretty much means elections and policies, geopolitical tensions, Brexit type events, for example. Number four, you got market sentiment and speculation as well, which is risk on versus risk off. Investor speculation. The next one is supply and demand, so trade balance and exports. Bear with me, I'm getting a phone call here. Foreign investment, Next one, you got unexpected events as well, so like natural disasters, global financial crises, are like what we call black swan events. And bear with me, I'm getting a phone call here. I just need to say I'm recording. Like I said, these videos are just raw and edited when it comes to these type of videos. So yeah, those are the things that really affects drive it, the price and things like that. But yeah, with that being said, in order to actually start trading, like I said, just open up a demo account with your broker. Go onto MetaTrader. You can even download the phone app as well, and yeah, just go from there. But you can trade in TradingView as well. But when it comes to what to look at on the charts, this will depend on you. If you watch my other videos, you probably have kind of an estimate on how I trade anyways. But one of my known development ways of trading that I've developed this strategy is quite common out there across, you've probably seen some of your influencers trying to trade it as well and trying to teach it. But it's the Asia run or the Asia liquidity sweep. It's very common now in the industry, and it's because I teach it and trade it. So pretty much this is essentially a period in price where the markets tend to consolidate, and in a later session you can usually see a sweep of either side, so a liquidity sweep of the highs or the lows, and that'll allow you to go short or long depending on the overall market direction. So if the overall market direction is bullish, and let's say we get an Asia sweep low, then yes, we can look at longs from that point onwards to ride up into the high time from intentional bias. So in order to do that, all you got to do is mark up price point between 12, which would be here, 000 for me in the UK. This is obviously UK time, till 5 AM. And essentially what you're looking for here is a sweep of the lows to go long and a sweep of the highs to go short. Now this is messed up a little bit because of the broker I'm using, so maybe if we just focus on, maybe let's just switch charts actually, because the indicator that I'm using is not agreeing with the broker's data. So I usually just stick between the Owanda or FXCM or Forex.com. Those are the top sort of brokers that I use to get my data and source from. Forex.com, as you can see here. Let's just check. Yeah, it's fine. 12 to 5. Okay, so pretty much if we get a sweep of the highs here, I'll be looking to go short. If we get a sweep of the lows here, which is obviously what I just marked up previously, which is not marked up anymore. Let's just go till 5 AM there. My indicator that I use is unfortunately quite annoying on Mondays. It doesn't seem to mark up on Mondays, so I probably will get a new indicator for Monday. But for other days it works for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. Something to do with market opening. But anyways, as you can see here, price swept out the lows here and you could have gone long. Price swept out the highs here, you could have gone short term short. Now, it's not as easy as just going short or long based on the highs or lows. I mean, it probably might be, but there's other things to consider, like market structure, high time frame structure. Like I'm on a 15-minute time frame right now. Okay, points of interest as well, where to buy and sell from, like supply and demand zones. Those things you should consider as well. But as you can see, if you just look through price here, sweeps the highs, takes the lows, etc., takes the lows, takes the highs, it doesn't really do anything here, just takes highs and continues. You don't always have to trade the opposite. We can always trade in alignment with it as well. It just depends on the structure, high time frame, tension, areas of interest as well to trade from. Like for example here, it took the highs, but it presented nice long opportunities to go long. So yeah, this is something to keep in mind, but that's a system I trade. I've done plenty of videos on that as well. If you go and check out my previous videos and my trade recaps, you can kind of figure out how and why I buy and sell. Or if you want to learn my exact system, obviously just check out my mentorship, but I don't want to be a sellout and promote it, so it's up to you. But that's pretty much like a system that I kind of follow. Obviously I have other rules that I implement as well. But yeah, that's just how to generally get started to actually place trades and day trade and market your charts. But other things to consider are like I said, trading isn't for everyone. These are the tools that you should be using, or should check out at least ideally. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I can discuss really, because that's pretty much the beginner's guide to just start day trading and placing trades. Obviously it's not as simple as just doing that and placing trades, but yeah, I'll just focus on gathering up the knowledge for the next few months from now, and then maybe just looking into potentially trading demo account, open up a demo account with your broker, and then you can start to, once you've figured out a bit of a system to potentially look at, You should obviously backtest as well. So for backtesting, I use FX Replay. You can use TradingView as well, but I don't really use TradingView for backtesting so much, especially when there's other platforms out there like this. But as you can see here, I'll put a link down below for these as well. But I use FX Replay for my backtesting. I would go and sign in, but you know, there's no point. So you can't backtest for free on here, I don't think. But it is worth the cost, to be honest. I think you can backtest, but it has a one week data retention, one indicator and one backtest session. You don't need obviously indicators, but that's just there for free if you want to go ahead and check it out. You can get a free trial with them as well, I do believe. Otherwise, it's $18 a month, or for the year, it works out to $15 a month. My opinion, is it worth it? Yes, absolutely. You know, it's a great feature, to be honest. You're not second guessing like it says here. You know, you're actually building a system in place that you can get used to. You're training your eyes to see certain things at different times. And, you know, for example, like, that's how I built my age of run system, was that I noticed that those hours in the market tended to get manipulated, and you could trade on the opposite side most of the time. And also it just helps figure out like a sort of a rule-based system to trade. So yeah, you should definitely go ahead and check out all these softwares. FX Replay for backtesting, forexlive.com for all of your news sources, GoFunded Trader for a prop firm, and obviously these brokers here, or whatever broker you want to choose, it's up to you. All links in the description will be linked to these as well. But yeah, we pretty much discussed quite the necessary things in order to get started. But like I said, go ahead and check out my backtesting video. Oh my god. Check out my Forex beginner course, which I'll also link below. And yeah, you know, there's just a lot of value and insight on that video, especially when it comes to the terminology side of things as well. I also have discount codes to some of these as well, so you can go ahead and use them if you really want to. But to be honest, they have discount codes of their own as well anyway, so yeah. With that being said, guys, go ahead and check them all out. They're great platforms as well. TradingView as well. You know, it's just a no-brainer. You know, so yeah, just get yourself onto TradingView. Start drawing up the random lines. You know, just get yourself into the game. Get a bit of skin in the game, and just remember, trading is a long-term thing. You're not going to get rich quick, nor should you have that mindset of getting rich quick. But trading is generally a long-term thing. You know, you're not going to get rich over the next week from now from trading. I mean, yes, you may put some real money into an account and press buy and sell in random pairs that you don't even know about and get lucky, but long term, that is just not going to work. You shouldn't resort to looking into Forex Signals Group either, because they typically don't work, especially if you want to learn it. So if you do want to learn it, just spend these next few months learning, getting used to these platforms, you know, testing them. And if you want more educational videos, just check out some of my previous videos. And if there's some videos missing that you think that might benefit you and obviously the channel, then sure, pop it below, and I'll wouldn't mind. I'd be open to doing that. But guys, this has been your beginner guide to day trading. Just keep this mindset in mind, okay? You can have losing days but still a profitable week. You can have a losing week but still a profitable month. You can have a losing month but still a profitable year. Think long term, don't think short term. Don't focus on the P&L in terms of monetary value, so like the money side of things, but focus on a percentage, okay? It shouldn't be I'm trading I'm trading my money here to get rich. You should be using your money in trading as a tool to just keep growing your account. And of course the money will follow. It always will when you put in the work. So, just get stuck in, guys. Don't be afraid. Don't develop bad habits. Don't, listen to everybody and try and seek information from loads of different people. Maybe sure at first in your first few months you might want to do that, but ultimately when you start looking into other people and researching their ways of trading methodologies and market information, you're just going to end up in this big cycle of doom. And a cycle of doom is where you learn a system, you apply a system, you take one or two trades, you lose, you go back onto the next system, you lose. You are going to lose regardless, okay? So get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Like I said, you're going to lose money, you're going to make money. The idea is that we make money long term, not in the short term. So a year from now, it doesn't matter what I trade tomorrow and the week after and the week after that. Even if I go on to have a big losing streak now, I know based on the system and the data I've collected in the past that I'm profitable long term anyways. So yeah, that's pretty much it really, guys. I don't really need to go too much into depth on anything else, but don't overcomplicate it. Keep things fucking, simple. You don't need to overcomplicate it. People do that. And like I said, don't go looking for your information from every single person or every single so-called trader out there, because there's a lot of fake traders out there that, trade like 20 trades and think there's a system based on 20 trades. You cannot base a system on 20 trades. You need to think in sample sizes. Think in sample sizes of at least 20 to 30 as a whole, and then move on to the next sample sizes. You can't base a system on 1, 2, 3 trades and you get where I'm coming from, right? Okay, so like I said, focus long term, think in sample sizes, be disciplined, be patient, develop a routine, backtest, work, and just put in the work. Don't be afraid. Don't start seeking information from everyone, because it's going to be information overload. Stick to my YouTube, check out my trade recaps, join the mentor if you really want to, and just check out my free resources that I have out there. And I can guarantee you, if you stick to everything that has been told in this video, you are going to be on the path of becoming a successful trader. So yeah, good luck to you guys. Thank you for sticking around. Take care, and I'll catch you very, very soon.